think part of my issue is that I'm just so torn sometimes. Like, part of me is like, I want to see all the things, and like, it's like, I want to see and understand, and I think from where I started, before I started learning more and more about, like, religious things, I was like, I was growing up ready to be so much of the freedom fighter. I was like, civil rights for everybody, and I'm ready to be indignant all the time, and feminism, and all of the liberal and crazy Republicans and conservatives, and I'm mixed, and and then I got older, and I started feeling more and more like I had responsibilities that I needed to take care of. Mostly, well, and prior to coming to college, I was like taking care of, well, not completely taking care of myself, but I was pretty on my own. Like, my concerns were more like, am I going to graduate from high school? Am I still going to be living where I live? Am I going to make it to 18? Etc., etc. on that. Didn't really think about other things as much. Like, I believed in God, and I tried to read the Bible a couple of times. I knew the basic stories. And I wanted to do good things and be a good person, but it wasn't, and I knew that my family was Catholic, or most of my family was Catholic, and some of them were some other denomination of Christian, or just considered themselves to be spiritual in some way or another. Came to college, and I was like, I'm living with my grandma, I go to Catholic church, and it really sucks that I've grown up and I still can't take communion, and that's really embarrassing, and I've not committed to this, and I was supposed to when I was young, and I don't think that I completely understood the amount of commitment that would come with doing my confirmation. And I still, like, I think that even when I was doing it, I was really iffy, but I was like, I've already come this far, and I do believe most of the things, and I do trust most of the things, and I'd probably trust all the things if I didn't have trust issues. So, yeah, let's do this. It seems a certain amount let's go, that I was like, let's go. So maybe, I don't want to say that was a mistake. Like, I've learned and I've grown, and I'm okay with who I am now that I have gotten confirmed and all of that good stuff. But at the same time that I was learning more about God and Catholicism, I was also, it's just been like a whole learning process. It was like all of the things at the same time. It was, I'm learning about who I am as a person, I'm learning about who I am in my sexuality, I am accepting sexuality at all into my life, I'm learning about God and who I am in Him and who He is to all of us, and Catholicism, and my relation to my family, and what I'm supposed to be as an individual now that I'm becoming an adult, and all of these other things. And I think I had such, and I still have this problem, had such an issue with seeing into the future, seeing myself having a future, that I was like, I need to do all of the things at one time. So I got confirmed, and then I started coming out to myself more, because before, like, and this is really recent that this has happened, I didn't really think of myself as anything. I was just living my life, and I had crushes on people, and I was like, la di da di da, crushes on everybody. No. I was like, nobody really wants to be with me anyway, it's fine. I'm still gonna take chances and let people know that I like them because that's who I am. Just gonna be straightforward. Like, I like this person. Yes, I do. And go with that. And I wasn't like, oh, this makes me gay, or oh, this makes me whatever, um, or this makes me bi, or this makes me anything, or I don't accept. It wasn't like I accept these people, or it's wrong to accept these people. I didn't have any of those thoughts or principles or anything. And then it went from like me just living my life and not really thinking about much at all because there was too much to think about all at the same time, to thinking about all of the things and being expected to know what I was doing with my life and all of everything all of the time. And so I got confirmed and I was like, I have to give this a chance. Because I did this, I put effort into this, I committed to this, and then I was like, oh, there's a word or a thing or a category or whatever of people who, you know, have these feelings that you're having, kid. And I was like, what? What? Now, whatever. And I was like, yeah, and that category falls into a specific category that this other category that you just completely aligned yourself with is, there's a clash there, buddy. It's a lot for me to deal with, and I'm glad, so glad, and I thank God that I am able to start to see that there is a future. I mean, like, I know that it's completely not promised that there's more than like 2 seconds from now, and I know that like there's no guarantee that I will live to the point where I start figuring things out in any basic level, but just to believe in a future at all, I think helps me stay sane. That like, don't have to understand everything right now. I don't have to be completely, utterly comfortable with myself right now. I don't have to figure everything out. I just have to have faith, chill, ask for forgiveness for anything that I'm doing wrong, because I'm sure there's things I'm not doing right. And I just, today was a day that specifically something major happened in that realm of just in the world, and then specifically to me, I was like, well, it's such a big thing for everybody, I guess it should be something to me, right? But I don't know where to file this in my life. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel, and then it all ends up with, and now you're in this section of lukewarm, which is one of my biggest issues, because I've heard so many times, like, of everybody, God has the biggest issue with the lukewarm people, people who are all on the fence, that are like, you believe and you know what you're supposed to be doing, but at the same time you just want to live life like none of it matters, like there's no consequences, but at the same time you're not completely there, you're not completely like, I don't know what the consequences are, or I don't know about problems and things, or what I'm supposed to be doing, or what God wants, or anything. And you're not completely in the other realm where it's like, I know this is what God asks of us, or this is what I completely, affirmatively, is that a word? That's probably not a word. Like, I completely believe with all of my heart, like, this is what God wants from me, this is what I need to be doing, and this is how I'm living my life, straight and narrow. And then, like, middle people, like, bad, bad, bad. And I feel like I can constantly keep ending up in some middle place, and it freaks me out so bad. Because, believe it or not, I don't think that homosexuality is the worst thing ever. I I mean, it's supposed to be a sin, like all the other sins, not specifically homosexuality. Having sex outside of marriage is supposed to be a sin, like any other sin. I think it's specifically one of the 7 deadly ones. Um, and in the Catholic Church, you can't get married to somebody of the same sex. So if I can't get married with somebody, I can't have sex with them. And if I'm having sex with them, I should be married. But I can't get married. And so don't want to be middle person, all of the bad, because apparently that's what I've heard God likes the least. I don't even remember where I heard that, but I'm pretty sure the person who said it was quoting the Bible. Oh my goodness. That's basically how I sum up this day.